Hello and welcome to the Great Plains Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. We're excited that you're here to learn about some great schools tonight. I have a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You can direct questions to a specific school or schools by including their name in your question, or you can leave a question for all of our representatives to answer about their institutions. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. That's why that Q&A button is so important. This has been one of many different sessions that have been happening as part of the programming from the Great Plains Association for College Admission Counseling. We hope that you've enjoyed other sessions. Remember that this presentation, as well as all of the other presentations, have been recorded, and they'll be available within about a week's time at that same website where you initially registered, strivescan.com/GPACAC. And now I'm ready and excited to turn it over to our first school tonight. We'll be hearing from Washington University of St. Louis.
Hi, y'all. I am going to quickly share my screen and get started. So hi, y'all. My name is Jacob Getty. I use he, him, his pronouns, and I am an assistant director of admissions at Washington University in St. Louis. And just as I just mentioned, we are in the city of St. Louis, Missouri. So I'd like to start by talking about St. Louis. St. Louis is a medium-sized city that gives you the best of both worlds with big city vibes, but we are in the Midwest, so a small town feel for sure. We have beautiful parks and museums all throughout the city. We also have very passionate sports fans and an awesome food scene. And at the same time, we do have a collection of individual neighborhoods, each with their own personality and kind Midwestern heart. Add in being one of the country's fastest growing cities for startup companies, and you'll get our unique home. We want our students to get off campus and engage with the city around them and feel that it is their home too. So all of our students are given free Metro passes that gives them access to the light rail system, to the buses, and all of those public transit throughout the city. There are 2 Metrolink stops directly on the Danforth campus and a bus stop connecting you to the St. Louis airport, our medical campus, and downtown as well. And just to give you a little snapshot of our undergraduate population, there's some numbers up on the screen now. You're welcome to check those out. On campus, our community is diverse, inclusive, collaborative, and creative. We have 5 undergraduate academic divisions: our College of Arts and Sciences, our College of Engineering, Business, Art, as well as Architecture. Our campus represents all 50 states, US territories, and over 50 countries around the world. And this geographic diversity brings with it all forms of diversity, whether it be racial, ethnic, socioeconomic, religious, or political. Because we have so many unique students with their own interests and lived experiences, we want to make sure that we can treat them all as the individuals that they are. This way of thinking leads to our unofficial motto here at WashU, and that is to know our students by name and by story. Our community is one that values open, respectful, and honest discussions, and our faculty and staff challenge our students to be engaged in dialogue and to feel comfortable in the uncomfortable, often resulting in students discovering more about themselves and their community in the process. To talk a little bit more about what it's like in the classroom at WashU, WashU is a place of discovery, and students will choose one of our 5 academic divisions as their home base. But with the breadth of our university, all of that is available to all of our students, regardless of background or initial academic interest, from our classes to our research, our study abroad opportunities, as well as our extracurricular activities. Students are able to combine their passions into a unique path that best fits who they are. Most of our courses are small here at WashU, very discussion-based classes with an average class size of 26 students. We really want our students to be an active participant in the learning process every day, supporting and challenging each other to think in new ways. Interdisciplinary study is the hallmark of our WashU community, with students able to have majors and minors in all of our academic divisions. And around 80% of our students graduate with more than one major. Again, a testament to both our multifaceted students and our flexible curriculum. There isn't a university-wide core curriculum, so you really have lots of choices in choosing those different classes and those academic interests. And you are not alone in navigating all of this. We provide students with a comprehensive network of advisors to help you with an array of opportunities, and they do more than just check those boxes. Our 4-year, our major, minor, pre-professional, residential, and student advisors are all resources to help you find the best path for your goals and dreams. Additionally, we have 11 faculty fellows who live side by side with students in our residential college to really further that community connection between faculty and students. And we also recognize that learning happens outside of the 4 walls of the classroom. All of our academic majors offer students the ability to study abroad, and over 40% of our students choose to do so. As a Tier 1 research institution, we see our students take advantage of the resources around them to pursue their intellectual passions. Students can own their own business through our student entrepreneurial program or get involved in St. Louis through our Gephardt Institute for Civic and Community Engagement. And to talk a little bit more about what it's like outside of the classroom, our students also have the opportunity to engage in our over 400 clubs and organizations on campus. And our student union, which is our student governing body on campus, has over a $3.5 million budget to help fund student groups and activities, which allows students to get funding for travel, to competitions or to conferences, to bring a speaker to campus, or to just have food at your group meetings. With activities ranging from top-ranked Division III varsity athletics to our 13 a cappella groups to major cultural groups, as well as fraternity and sorority life, our students love to be involved. They come together for traditions like our semi-annual concert series called Wild, or our 13 Carnival, the oldest and largest run student carnival in the country. Whatever our students do, they give it their all, and there is never a weekend where there isn't an event to attend. And just so you all have a little bit more numbers in your repertoire, this is what our fall 2020 entering class looked like, how many applicants we had, how many admits we had, as well as some testing data. And then some super important information if you're interested in applying. Here's some of our due dates for our different applications. Lots of information there, but this is all available on our website as well. And then to wrap up, I have a slide here that gives you some information on how to connect with us. I'll also put a link in the chat that will allow you to connect with us more. And please feel free to follow our social media as well. We do have a TikTok. It's not listed there, but don't tell them I told you about the TikTok, but it's there. Please find it and it's great. But thank you all for your time and I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Jacob, for sharing Washington University in St. Louis with us tonight. All right, our next presentation is going to be from St. John's College.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. I'm Caroline Randall. I'm the Director of Admissions for St. John's College, and we are pretty much the weirdest college out there. We are a small private liberal arts college. We're the 3rd oldest college in the nation, and we do our entire program with 1 major, no textbooks, no tests, and no lecture classes. So as I mentioned, 3rd oldest college in the nation, we have 2 locations. Annapolis, Maryland was our first location. It's beautiful brick and ivy buildings. It's on the water. It's next door to the Naval Academy. And it allows you to be right in the mix of so many amazing historical and cultural events, and close to DC, Boston, New York City. You get crab on everything you eat, do rowing and crew and play croquet matches with the Naval Academy. We have about 450 students on our campus in Annapolis. So again, very small campus. Our second location is in Santa Fe, New Mexico. We are at 7,300 foot elevation. We are at the start of the Rocky Mountains. We have 400 miles of hiking trails that lead from our campus parking lot up into the mountains. So you get an amazing campus and a major historical, cultural capital city of Santa Fe, lots of art, green chilies on everything you eat, and then all the outdoor adventures, skiing and snowshoeing, mountain biking, everything else. We have about 350 students on our campus in Santa Fe. So again, small. Now, as I mentioned, we have 1 major, but this is 1 major to lead anywhere. We are a liberal arts curriculum that has a great focus in STEM as well. So all of our students take all of our classes. You don't have to pick a major. You don't have to pick a minor. It's already figured out for you. You are going to do a 4-year degree where you have 4 years of math, 3 years of science, history, humanities, political science, philosophy, Greek, Latin, French, music theory. You take it all. Every single class is done in discussion-based Socratic method, where you have less than 20 students in every single one of our classes, every class taught by a professor, but we actually call our professors tutors because they don't stand at the front of the classroom and lecture at you. They actually sit around one big table with all of the students and they discuss, and every single student in that class has a voice at the table. We value diversity of thought, we value very civil discourse in all of our classes. And instead of getting textbooks to read all of your subjects, you are actually going to read from classic literature. You are going to read directly from Einstein, Newton, Du Bois, Jane Austen. You're going to read Plato. You're going to read James Baldwin. You read it all directly from the experts in these subjects. But not because you should believe everything they've ever said. We value the idea that you should question everything that was ever written down. Any book that's considered great, you need to read it and you need to question it and you need to decide what you believe. Now, why would you do this type of program where you study everything? That's actually how colleges were first started. You go to college to become a genius in everything. But also we know that you're not just going to have one career for the rest of your life. You may be really torn right now between law school or medical school or going to the Peace Corps or being an artist or being a musician. You get to do all of those things from St. John's. 85% of our students go on to graduate school. About 20% go to law school every year, and we have 100% acceptance rate into law school. About 20% go into STEM or medical school. About 20% go into education. But beyond that, our alumni go everywhere. The current editor of Huffington Post, the senator in Nebraska, the founder of Atlantic Records and Motown started his first record label in his dorm room in Santa Fe. We have winemakers, we have major artists, we have writers, it's all over the place. So you come to St. John's to do everything. Great student life, a lot of activities, a great sense of community on both of our campuses. We are on the Common app, the Coalition app, and we have our own application, no application fee. We have been test optional for more than 40 years. So we don't care about your tests. We care about who you are and if you are just as weird and quirky as we are. We have a unique essay prompt about a book because we're a school for book nerds. So we really value your essay above all else. We also do an interview. We really get to know who you are. Typically, the type of student that does best at St. John's is the student that stays after class to ask their teacher one more question because they want to take the subject just a little bit deeper. It's the student that always has a book with them, that loves to ask why, that loves the idea that you get to study a lot of different subjects and you don't want to feel focused in just one specific area. From a financial aid standpoint, we've got very generous financial aid, merit scholarships, and we also match Pell Grants. So if you are a Pell eligible student, you are going to get that doubled when you come to St. John's. We have a lot of opportunities for you to visit us both on both of our locations or virtually. That's been the best part about this last year, is that we can connect with you over Zoom. We have virtual tours, we're on social media. We would just love to get to know you a little bit better. And most importantly, we want to know what you're reading right now because we're always looking to add to our list. So please reach out if this is a school that is as unique as you are, and we would love to chat more. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Carolyn, for sharing more about St. John's College. Our next presentation today is going to be from Hesston College.
Hello, my name is Alma Huerta, and I'm an admissions counselor here at Hesston College. Hesston College is a small private Christian college located in Hesston, Kansas, which is about 30 minutes north of Wichita. We have an enrollment of about 400 students with a 9-to-1 student to teacher ratio. Hesston offers about 50 associate degree programs and 3 bachelor degree programs in business, nursing and aviation. Nursing and aviation being 2 of our most popular programs. We also have an above and beyond we also have a few above and beyond options, including the honors degree program and certificate programs in missional leadership and web development. For students that need additional academic assistance, our student support services are located in the Access Lab. The Access Lab serves as a place for students to study alone or in a group and connect with supportive faculty and also meet with a tutor. Here, tutoring is free for all of our students. Because Hesston College is primarily a 2-year college, students can take advantage of leadership opportunities as soon as they arrive on campus. They can play a sport, star in a musical, or serve as a resident or ministry assistant in the dorms. These roles are typically reserved for upperclassmen at other larger colleges. Over 75% of our students are involved in over 75% of students are involved in activities on campus. Among these are music, theater, and 12 varsity sports that participate in the highly competitive Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference. These sports include soccer, baseball, basketball, cross country, golf, softball, track, and volleyball. Since many of our students are far away from home, they tend to stick around on the weekends. With this in mind, we offer a wide variety of fun activities like intramural sports such as kickball, lip sync battle, bingo night, ice skating, and bowling nights, just to name a few. Hesston College annual tuition is very reasonable. When compared to other schools, in fact, our total cost is about 20% lower than the national average for a private college. Our average financial aid package is more than $24,000, and 99% of our students receive financial aid. We offer academic scholarships based on high school GPA and ACT or SAT scores, if available. We also offer scholarships for some extracurricular activities, including varsity sports, performing arts, and our newly established quiz bowl. There's so many things I love to tell you about Hesston College, but the students can tell you what Hesston experience means so much better than I can.
As soon as I stepped on campus, I told myself, yeah, this is the place. I can't explain it. We have people from different countries, people from different states in America, even people from other continents. So I think the two-year college offers you advantages that four-year colleges don't. Having the chance to have a personal relation with my teachers and having the opportunity to go see them in their office and really go through the concepts that we're dealing with is really helpful, and I think that has allowed me to develop myself and grow a lot.
I'll pass the professor on the sidewalk and they'll say, "Hey, Erin, how's the show going? How are you doing? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you doing okay? Let me know if you need any help. Let me know if you need anything." And I have really appreciated that.
We get to know personally each of the students and the faculty and staff.
I felt that I could make a lot of stronger friendships and connections with professors and with my peers.
You can ask questions, you can be bold. It's a lot of student leadership. That student leadership shows other students who aren't on there that they too can be a part of creating a space that is a safe environment, a secure atmosphere for their voice and others who may feel that they may not have one.
Being an exercise major, I was able to take an athletic training class, and it threw me into opportunities I probably wouldn't be able to get as a freshman and sophomore anywhere else. Hesston is very unique in that way. I was able to job shadow during games, go into the athletic training room, and see a lot of different styles of rapping and practice those.
I'm a biology major, but I also take part in numerous performing arts. I sing in bel canto, and I'm a theater scholar, and it's really nice to sort of have these opportunities to be involved in a number of different areas.
People from different backgrounds and having different beliefs could just get together as a community and grow together and study together.
It's nice to have people who care about you, I guess, make you feel like home when you first get here. And so I walk across campus, I'm able to interact with people from all around the world just walking across a small campus like Hesston. And so I'm able to feel like everyone is welcomed here and belongs here, and that's really valuable.
It's always a moving community, and it embraces changes.
Yeah, again, you should come visit this place and just see it and see the experience yourself,
At Hesston College, we focus on relationships and community. Our students come from 30 different states and from 25 different countries, which brings cultural diversity that enriches our campus. Come check us out for a campus visit. We would love to show you around campus and show you what Hesston has to offer. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alma, for sharing Hesston with us today. All right, now we heard from three great 3 great schools, and we have 2 more to go. So I'd really encourage our attendees to think about the Q&A box and any questions they want to ask for the schools that have already presented or the schools that are to come, to make sure you're getting some key information that you are seeking out from these awesome institutions. All right, so our next school is going to be the University of Wyoming. Farsa, take it away.
Thank you, Jennifer. Good evening. My name is Farsa Patrick, and I am the Regional Admissions Representative for the University of Wyoming. We are located in Laramie, Wyoming, and we are the only university in the entire state. A couple of facts about our university. We have a little over 12,000 students, so we are considered a medium-sized university. We have a 15-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio, and that averages out about to a class size of 30 students. Our student body, what makes up our UW Pride? We have students from all 50 states and over 90 countries. We definitely try to do a very good balance of having 50% of our students from the state of Wyoming and 50% from out of state. So balancing academic with social, we are definitely in an area where if you enjoy the outdoors, you would enjoy our location. We have more than 100 miles of biking trails. We're 30 minutes away from snow activities in the Snowy Mountain Range. We're 15 minutes from climbing and hiking trails. And we have over 2.9 million acres of national forest for you to explore. A little bit of UW pride in getting involved on campus. So for our men and women's sports teams, we have 17 teams that are part of the Division I athletics. For our students that don't play competitively, but they still want to stay active, we do, of course, offer club sports and intramural sports. We have over 300 clubs and organizations. We definitely encourage all of our students to get active, especially our students from out of state. Residence life, we currently have 4 residence halls. You are required to live on campus your first year, your freshman year. We do encourage and embrace our freshman interest groups. Those can be academic, so we do have an honors hall and we do have an engineering hall, but we also have our communities or our freshman interest groups and living learning communities that are based on common interests. We have a first generation floor as well for our students that are just so they can get connected and network with other students on campus. Majors, we have over 200 different areas of study, everything from accounting to zoology. We, of course, offer double major and minor options as well. Our popular major, we're known for our College of Agriculture, but we definitely have a very competitive College of Nursing as well. A lot of our majors are interested areas of business, engineering, and then our largest academic college is our College of Academic Arts and Sciences. So a little bit about our admissions process. This year, we are still open if there are any seniors here. We're still open for fall 2021. We're just looking at a 3.0 GPA for your transcript, but we are test optional. We have not decided for our next academic year if we will also continue to be test optional for admissions. We do have rolling admissions, so we don't have a hard deadline. We do have 2 particular programs that do. So if you're applying to nursing, you're interested in nursing or pharmacy, they are due, the applications are due December the 1st. We are on the Common App as well as on our website for the University of Wyoming. We have a $40 application fee. And again, at this time, we're just looking to complete your application with your transcript. If you have an ACT or SAT score, we will gladly take it, but as of currently, we are, of course, still test optional. We also accept advanced placement if you're in an IB program or you're doing dual enrollment. Out-of-state scholarships, children of alumni, if your parents are an alum of the university, then we do have a Children of Alumni benefit. We also have the Brown and Gold commitment. Typically, we look at your GPA as well as either your ACT or SAT test score. This year, we also went test optional for our Brown and Gold commitment, but these are the different incremental scholarship amounts that would be awarded to you. Honors College, I mentioned we have an honors hall. Well, we definitely have an honors college. It's definitely open to all majors. There is an additional essay that is required along with your application, your general application to us. But what do you get out of honors? Guaranteed research, mentorship. They of course have priority registration, but the leadership is one of the biggest resources that you can get from the Honors College. Visits, we are currently open for on-campus visits through the month of April, so you can sign up for a visit. We also, of course, will do virtual tours and have Zoom admission sessions one-on-one. Here is my contact information, so if you have any questions, I would love for you to reach out. Thank you again for your time this evening.
Thank you so much for sharing about the University of Wyoming. Our next school tonight is going to be WSU Tech.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us. My name is Cody, and I am the high school recruiter at WSU Tech. I'm going to go ahead and get my system and everything set up for screen share, and we'll go ahead and get started. Again, thank you for joining us tonight. And I'm going to try to cover a lot of information about our college in this short presentation. So make sure that if you do have any questions over what I'm talking about, you use that Q&A feature so that we can address those. So without any further ado, I need to start my timer and my presentation. So if you're not already doing it, please make sure you're following us on social media. Our channels are all listed there on the screen. We also have a TikTok, and if you are interested in animal science and you'd like to see some really great content with baby goats, go check out WSU Tech's TikTok channel, because they have taken over this week. A little bit more about us. We are a technical college based in Wichita, Kansas, and we really aim to deliver high-tech, high-wage, and high-demand career pipeline for students. We partner with employers locally and nationally to make sure that the skills that students are getting in our classrooms and our labs are going to transition to employment for them into the industry that they're looking to gain access into. We have over 75 different certification or degree options to choose from. So our programs can be completed in some short-term options for some of those certificates, and building up to an associate's degree and an associate of science if you're choosing that degree option. We have courses that are taught online, in the evening, during the day, face-to-face, hybrid. So we can really meet students in an environment that works best for them. But we also have options that can transfer to other institutions if that's something that you're interested in doing. So if you're more geared towards a traditional bachelor's degree, which is something that we don't offer at our college, we could offer you that through our partner school at Wichita State University, and that's called the Shocker Pathway program. And I'll let them talk about that just a little bit.
Take the Shocker Pathway and earn Wichita's most convenient associate's degree. This prestigious two-year course of study is offered by WSU Tech in partnership with Wichita State University. The Shocker Pathway starts at WSU Tech and is completed at Wichita State University. It's an affordable degree program with all classes taught in Wichita or online. Visit wsutech.edu to get started. Shocker Pathway classes begin soon.
Because of that partnership with Wichita State University, our students also can access student life at Wichita State. So you can have the opportunity to stay in the dorms, participate in intramural sports, Greek life, be a part of student government, and all the great things that come along with being a student at the university there at Wichita State. The campus that you see now on your screen is our National Center for Aviation Training, also known as NCAT. And this is the campus where we primarily focus on aviation and manufacturing programs. This is each one of these campuses or programs that you see on the screen has a dedicated lab space for each. And so this is a great opportunity for our students to really get hands-on. If you've never had a chance to see our website or visit our campus, we do welcome you to come on campus for campus visits or a virtual visit if a trip to Wichita is a little bit outside the driving range that we would like to make for a trip. We can absolutely do a virtual visit as well, and we would love to show you some things like our aviation maintenance technology hangar, where we have over 10 airplanes and a couple of helicopters. We're also connected to a full-size airport, So that gives our aviation students some great opportunities to practice and train in the environment that they're actually going to work. This is our city center campus, and we have 4 campuses across the Wichita area. This campus is our skilled trade campus, where we teach several different areas from automotive service to industrial automation. The thing that's really special about this campus is our applied learning opportunities. And those applied learning opportunities are things for students to earn and learn at the same time. So think internships, think apprenticeships. All of those opportunities are things that we have here at WSU Tech for students that are really interested to get out there and start working after they're finished up with their classes. This is our healthcare campus. Our healthcare campus is a shared space with Wichita State University. So you're going to have an opportunity to work side by side with students that are in their physician assistant program or their Department of Physical Therapy. This campus is also where we teach our short-term nursing as well as our practical nurse and surgical technologies program. One thing I have to brag on our Surge Tech program just a little bit. If you're interested in getting into an operating room, this is one of the fastest ways to get there. And our Surge Techs are those students in the last 4 cohorts. We have 100% board pass and 100% job placement coming out of that program. WSU South, this is our general education campus. So there's lots of really neat places on this campus where you can meet with classmates, take a short coffee break or a little study break in one of our study nooks. Or maybe if you're into, esports, you and a couple of your classmates or a couple of your friends could start up a game in the eHub. So if you're ready to get started with us, we're an open admittance college. So there is no testing that you need in order to get started. All you have to do is apply, and our application is absolutely free. So you apply, you get in. After that is done, my contact information is on the screen. If you would like to reach out and set up a campus visit, or if you have any questions, I welcome those. And thank you guys again for coming to the presentation tonight.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cody, for presenting on WSU Tech. Okay, we've reached the end of the formal part of our presentation with our schools tonight. We had 5 awesome institutions. Right now, we want to give everyone a chance to make sure that all of our representatives, all of our admissions reps have been able to put the contact information that they want to share in the chat there, and that any of our attendees can have a couple minutes to grab that information and just reflect and think if there's any questions that they do want to throw in that Q&A box. So while everybody has some time for that, I'd love to invite each of our representatives to come back on camera, and we are going to answer a Q&A question as we're getting started here. So we're going to go in the exact same order that you all presented in, and then we'll just go from one person to the next. As the representative ahead of you finishes, just feel free to turn on your microphone and answer the question. We don't have to. I won't call on you in between. We'll just kind of free flow like that. So the question is going to be to share your favorite event or a tradition or something special to your student body that really gives a little bit more insight into that student experience on your campus. So we're going to start with Jacob with Washington University in St. Louis.
So I admittedly am still relatively new to the WASHU community. So I'm going to flip it and say what I'm most looking forward to experiencing. So as I mentioned in my presentation, we have what is known as 13 Carnival, and it's the oldest and largest run student carnival in the nation. And I'm just really excited to be involved in that because it's during our alumni weekend. So we have alums coming back to campus to experience that. It's also open to the St. Louis community. So really being able to get involved and get engaged with students, alums, as well as our just St. Louis community members. And honestly, a carnival is a carnival, and I'm excited for that. So definitely looking forward to 13 and have only heard great things about it. So looking forward to a post-pandemic world where we're able to gather in that way.
So at St. John's College, since we're a little bit weird, our big tradition is that we in Annapolis play a croquet match against the Naval Academy every single spring. It's a very big deal. People come out with a lot of different period costumes that they wear. They get blankets and picnics and champagne, and they sit on the lawn and they watch a croquet match. The players get to pick whatever their costumes are for the year, and they get pretty creative. And what I really love is that over the past 40 years, we have beat the Naval Academy in croquet about 35 times. And it's really kind of cool to say you get to beat Navy at something in sports, if you would like to call croquet a sport. And in Santa Fe, we have the funeral games, which sounds very dark and very creepy, but it's actually based off of the Greeks and Homer and Iliad, where we pair up different classes of students. They wear togas and they do some pretty traditional Greek type Olympic games against each other.
Okay, just like the other person that spoke earlier, I haven't been here long enough to say what is a tradition, but all I know is that what I see here, when I talked earlier about what the students have these fun activities on the weekends, because a lot of them that come here just stay here over the weekends, and I just want to expand on that. They're activities that they just come together on the weekends, on Saturdays, to have fun, like a big family. They play, like the other day, I know that they were out roller skating at midnight, and then they went out for donuts. And I think there's a fire pit on campus. I think that's so family style. And the minute you get up on campus, people are really friendly. So we're like a big family, and we have a lot of fun on the weekends. Bowling, karaoke, bingo, they'll bake cookies. They just have a lot of fun, and it's all student led. So I just really love to see that. They just have good, wholesome fun together.
Pretty typical for the college would be homecoming week. For us, though, our Greek fraternities and sororities will decorate floats. And I think we all have been used to that even in the high school experience. But our football players are the ones who judge the floats, so they take it very seriously. It is very competitive. And then, of course, everybody meets on the football field as we start with the game. So it's just a really good way to build community. A lot of the community will come out. And then, of course, the students that aren't even playing, they just love to see the floats and see the football players come and kind of take notes and ask questions. So it's a really good time.
I would say that one of my favorite traditions that we have at WSU Tech is our industry days. And industry day is when we have all of our national partners and local area partners that come and have an opportunity to get some face-to-face time with our students. And that's the whole reason that most of us talk about higher ed, is the idea of getting a job with the placement and the thing that we're looking for, right? So we really try to make sure that we're connecting our students, and we run one of those industry days for every single one of our programs that we have.
I love this. I love hearing about all the different events. I think it's just so awesome that there are so many different types of schools with amazing events, amazing traditions, amazing communities. And I hope our attendees are thinking, oh, I'm a little more curious. I want to go check these out to see if you could see yourself participating in these different events. That's what I just think is so cool about higher education in America. There's something out there for everyone, and it's so awesome to hear about it. All right, so one more question before we wrap up tonight, because we have these amazing admissions pros from such a wide range of schools, awesome programs. So I would love for each of you to share a tip or a piece of advice that you think would be awesome for any of our students or their families, as they're navigating this college search process. So a top tip or advice that you have, will go in the same order. So thank you, Jacob, for starting off again.
Of course. So the first piece of advice, the first thing that really pops into my head when anyone asks me this, I think that there's a misconception in college admissions that you need to be the most well-rounded person on the planet in order to be admitted. And that is not true at all. What we're really looking for is to get to know you through your application. So really focus on what you do well, what you're excited about, and tell us about that. We're really looking to build a well-rounded class or a well-rounded community, rather than looking for people who are all incredibly well-rounded in everything. So definitely tell us what makes you shine, and we're excited to hear about that.
Great advice, Jacob. It's very individualized process with admissions. My advice would be, do not rule out any college based on cost alone. You can go look at price tags of all 5 of our colleges, and they are all very, very different. But colleges cannot offer you scholarships and financial aid until after you've been accepted. So you really need to go through the application process. You need to submit your FAFSA or your CSS profile, and then you're really going to know what the college is actually going to cost you. And it's going to be different for everybody. So some of the most expensive colleges out there may love you so much that they give you so much money and that it becomes very affordable for you to go to even an expensive looking school. So make sure you are looking for a lot of different financial aid options. There are so many scholarships out there. Be sure that you're checking out sites like raise.me and bold.org, because there are so many cool scholarships. Basically anything that makes you weird, there's a scholarship for. So check out things like the duct tape scholarship. If you like to write essays, if you like to create a greeting card, go find the Create a Greeting Card Scholarship. So all of those things can help to make sure that college is affordable no matter where you want to go to school.
Well, I love all the advice that you guys have all given, but I, as a first-generation college student, I think a big tip to me would have been, or to a young student today, would be to, if you're going to go to a small college or a big college. I went to a big college where I was a small, or what is it, a little fish in a big pond versus a big fish in a little pond. You know, Hesston College here, it's small. We're like a family. People immediately know your name. Hey, where are you from? What is your name? Tell me about yourself. We're just a very friendly. So I think that when a student needs to make a decision, I think that's a really big decision, because I know that if I had to do it all over again, I would have definitely gone to a small college, because a small college would provide the support that maybe your parents don't have that support, you know, wouldn't give you that support. So that would be my advice, to really go out to different colleges, meet the students, because that's who you're going to be, you know, hanging out with. You're not going to be hanging out with your teachers, but, you know, really get to meet the students and see if you really connect with them. And I think that would be a big tip that I would give out to any young student, to really make a big decision between a small school or a big school. That way you can get the support. Mm-hmm.
Definitely think visiting the school so that you know that they offer the program and you really can see yourself there. I also would say, if we have any juniors or underclassmen on, that if you are already not on the mailing list, get on the schools that you're interested in mailing list. It's really helpful to see their publications and to see what programs that they're offering, so you kind of get an idea of what you might be interested in.
So it's always hard to go last, right, with this question, because everybody's kind of like jumped on all the great answers. And so I'm going to echo a couple of things. One, in the time of virtual presentations and virtual campus tours, it's so easy for you guys to go and visit schools. The 5 schools that are on this presentation, you guys could literally see every school this weekend and get that wrapped up with a virtual presentation or a 360 tour. So go and do that, first of all. The second thing that I would tell you is apply for every single scholarship that you almost even kind of qualify for, because there are so many scholarship dollars that go unused every year because students simply don't apply for it. So put your name in the hat, put your name on the list, see what type of free money you can get out there and grab, or maybe money that you have to write a paper for. That's okay too. We don't discourage that, but apply for everything and go on as many campus visits as you can.
I love having the chance to give it, let admissions professionals, you know, share these tips, share this insider knowledge, because it's just a great example for everyone who's watching to know that these are your amazing resources. They love answering questions. They love helping you see things you're interested in, what that could connect you to on their campuses. So I hope that tonight has just made you a little more curious to maybe check out some schools that you may or may not have been considering initially, but now you're a little, you know, curiosity's piqued, because these 6 minutes go by real fast. There's so much more to learn, but also just to know that admissions representatives at every school are going to be like these 5 awesome professionals. You know, they love what they do. They're passionate. So please reach out and ask some questions, and know that they're here to help guide you and your family in this journey too. All right, well, we are reaching the end of our time together tonight. And first, I want to thank all these representatives, not just for all the facts and the figures, the logistics of the whole process, but just the obvious passion that you each have for the opportunities that your students have in and out of the classroom. Thank you to everyone who's watched, whether live or the recordings. We hope that this is going to help you and open new doors and help you throughout your college search and decision journey. And we hope it's going to be a fun adventure for you as you move through this process. When you close your window tonight, there's just going to be a very quick 4-question survey. Promise, 4 questions. It's short. Please answer them. We would appreciate any feedback that you can provide. We hope that you have enjoyed all of the sessions that have been held so far for the Great Plains Association for College Admission Counseling. We hope that you will think about watching this video again, sharing it with friends or family, maybe checking out some other schools from the other recordings. They are all going to be available at that same website where you initially registered, strivescan.com/GPACAC. Well, that's it for all of us tonight. So thanks again for joining us. Best wishes in your college search and decision. Have a good night, everyone.